Okay, we're going to get the picks. This is what we're going to call quick hits here, Keith. Sure. I just want who's going to win the matchup for the LL League Friday games, Saturday games if they're in there, and why. Okay. Here we go, quick hits. Hempfield Central, you did this as your spotlight game, so there's more details on our other video, but give me the winner.
I like Mannheim Central in that one. As I said, 50-50 game, though. Really could go either way.
Penn Manor travels to LS. Who's going to win that one?
Penn Manor looked really good in their debut last week. Rolled up on Solanco. LS lost to Hempfield 40-7. I think they're going to start out 0-2 just like last year. I like Penn Manor here.
Wow, 0-2. Reading going against Cocalico, both coming in undefeated teams here.
Yeah, Reading knocked off McCaskey, had their hands full with them last week. Cocalico rolled to a victory in their season opener. I like them again here. Interesting matchup just because Reading's so fast and athletic, but yeah, I like the Eagles.
Governor Mifflin, Lancaster Catholic, 2 0-1 teams here.
Yeah, I was stunned. Lancaster Catholic got knocked off by Dallastown last week, and Governor Mifflin, and maybe a bigger surprise, they got hammered by Wilson. It was 38-7.
Yeah.
Both teams really need this one. I'm going to go Governor Mifflin, though. I think Lancaster Catholic might be in a little bit of trouble here. They could be looking at an 0-3 start if they lose this week.
Wow. I wouldn't have thought that at the beginning of the year. York, 0-1 versus McCaskey, 0-1. This is a good rivalry matchup.
Yeah, this is another one of those 50-50 games. York got blown out by Coatesville last week, but there's no shame in that. Coatesville was a Quad A state finalist last year. McCaskey, as I mentioned, lost to Reading. I'm just going to stick with them because they're the home team, but really it's a coin flip kind of game.
Mm-hmm. Conestoga Valley versus Warwick, both 0-1 on this. But
yeah, Warwick, as I said, they gave Mannheim Central a pretty good battle. Conestoga Valley really didn't show much of anything against their old coach, Jim Cantafio, and Cedar Cliff. I think that was 53-7 they lost. I like Warwick here.
Yeah, 41-0 halftime. I went to that game. It was over pretty quick. Cedar Crest versus Lower Dauphin.
Cedar Crest won the Cedar Bowl, knocked off Lebanon last week. Lower Dauphin, they're off to a 1-0 start and looking pretty impressive on their defense. They shut out Middletown. I like them here. Lower Dauphin in this one.
Red Lion traveling to Mannheim Township. Who's going to win that one?
Yeah, Mannheim Township gave Central Dauphin a pretty good game last week. I think that's a bright spot for them, something to build off of, and I like them here. I think they beat Red Lion.
Blue Streaks have a pretty good non-league schedule going so far.
Sure they do.
Hershey's got E-Town. That's another backyard rivalry. Last week E-Town had Donegal. Got an upset. You picked Donegal last week.
I did. E-Town knocked off Donegal last week. It was 20-6. Very good effort from them. This was a really good game last year. E-Town blew a 19-0 lead and lost this game. I think it was 36-32 was the final. I like them to get revenge this week. I'm taking them over Hershey.
Good. Effort of Garden Spot, another backyard rivalry here.
Yeah, Garden Spot's my pick to win Section 3. They blew out Twin Valley last week. Effort didn't really do a whole lot against Exeter. I think they're in for a long year. I like Garden Spot.
Take the Spartans. Dover versus Solanco, both.
Solanco's had no offense now for all of last season, and last week they didn't do much offensively either in their loss. I like Dover.
You got Northeastern versus Columbia.
Yeah, this will be an interesting game. Columbia knocked off Eastern York last week for James Burke, the new coach, got him his first win. I think they make it 2-0 for him. I'm taking them over Northeastern.
You got the Pickaway Valley Braves versus Kutztown.
Yeah, Pequay Valley, they're 1-0. They're 500's their goal this year. They want at least 5 wins. I think they get their second one here. I like them over Kutztown.
Nice. Fleetwood's going to travel to Donegal.
Donegal's bouncing back from that loss to E-Town. I think they do it. Yeah, not too impressed with what I saw from Fleetwood, at least from the stats. I like the Indians to bounce back here.
I'll be happy when there's not 17 games that we're talking about. We got Northern Lebanon traveling to Lebanon, 0-1 teams.
Here's the number for this game. If you go back to 2011, Lebanon has now lost 18 of its last 19 games.
Oh, boy.
And I think they're going to make it 19-20. I like Northern Lebanon in this one.
Oh, boy. Hamburg is going to travel to Anvil-Cleona.
Hamburg won a basketball game last week over Elko, 55-54. That's the highest scoring game in Berks County history.
Wow.
I like them here against Anvil. I think they win.
Elko is going to go to Steel High. That should be a...
Yeah, and if there's one thing you don't want to see after you just gave up 55 points is a team that scored 63 in a 63-0 win over Halifax. I like Steel High to roll here.
Roll with the Rollers, right? Wilson's going to travel to Harrisburg.
Last game. This is a Saturday game, 1 o'clock in Harrisburg. Harrisburg lost their best running back, a Rutgers recruit, to a knee injury, and their loss to Bishop McDevitt last week. It was a 50-50 game for me. That one kind of tilts it Wilson's way now that he's going to be out. I like the Wilson Dogs here in this one.
Tune in each week for the Inside the Huddle picks by Keith Schwagert.